Hello, everypony! My name is Sundancer, the mascot for the Grand Brony Gala, and I am here with Jayson Thiessen. Hello, Mr. Thiessen.
Hello to all you pony people out there. How are you doing?
Woo, we're doing good. We're having so much fun. Woo!
It's a big party!
All right, let's get this interview started. Our first question is, what inspired you the most to become a director/producer and to make you become who you are today?
Oh, my goodness.
Inspiration.
Well, I mean, that's a pretty difficult one. I think the biggest thing that inspired me to become a director was just seeing great shows and movies that were inspiring. Like just, old movies like Indiana Jones and Star Wars, some of those big epic films that really inspired me to get into filmmaking and animation, like the old Looney Tunes and stuff like that. Just seeing those cartoons really inspired me to draw and get into animation. And then just from there, I mean, I didn't even go into the business thinking I would be a director. That was something that came over time. And it wasn't until I was in it for a while that I saw potential to even do that. So it was just something that kind of came gradually for me.
So you started out as an animator then?
Yeah, I started out as an animator, and I did some storyboards too, but animation was sort of my first love. And just through that, I found that I was more and more interested in getting to the storytelling aspects of it, and sort of, being more of the all-encompassing, manager of the shows. Because I liked every aspect of it. I liked the animation, but I also liked storyboarding and the storytelling and voice directing and coming up with funny ideas and being able to have a say in all the different music and editing. All those things started becoming really, really interesting to me. And I started to see how you could really put it all together and make something from that level.
Yeah, so that does let you have a hand or a hoof in every single aspect. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, when you're a director, you're kind of a jack of all trades, but a bit of a master of none.
All right. So what was it about Lauren Faust's vision that made you feel comfortable with doing the program?
Yeah, I would admit that when I first heard about, the possibility of My Little Pony, I was a little bit like, oh yeah, that's that show from the 80s that I remember the thing. But when I saw the Bible that Lauren made and all the designs of the ponies, like the first thing I saw was the designs, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is really good. It just blew me away just to see the colors and the designs of the characters and the world, the backgrounds. It all just was like amazing to me. So I was like, okay, this looks like something that would be fun to make. And then as I read the more of the Bible and saw what the characters were in the stories and the world and how epic it was, I was like, this could be really cool. Like it wasn't just, it totally defied everything I thought of when I thought of My Little Pony. And it really opened up my eyes to how it could be, and Lauren had this amazing vision for, taking something that most people might think of as, fluff and making it meaningful and cool and epic and funny, with really real characters. I was like, okay, this looks like a cool thing I want to be a part of.
Did any of the elements from previous My Little Pony generations help you in directing the program?
Not really. I mean, I saw the show when I was young, but, I wasn't really that into it. There were some, aspects of the show that were in here, like, we brought some old characters back, like Applejack and Rainbow Dash, but not really. I think this is so its own thing that it didn't really need it. It spoke for itself. Sometimes we dip into the old stories just to kind of, see if there's something we can pull out, like how we did with T-Rex and Moon Dancer and stuff like that. But mostly it lives on its own. Yeah.
I'm curious, what makes directing voice actors different from directing live action actors?
Well, I don't Because I haven't really directed live action actors at all. I've always been in animation, and my actors are mostly what I look at on the page as I draw. And directing voice actors, I like to sit behind. There's a big post usually in the room, and I'll hide myself behind it and not watch them in the room, because I want to hear their voices and imagine the performance of what I see in my head, and not be influenced by the flailings that's going on inside the booth.
Well, what type of things do you suggest? Like, do you say like, say this more gently, or something like that?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'll sometimes just sort of close my eyes and imagine what is happening in the scene, and try to like animate it in my mind, and then I'll go, oh wait, this could be good. I'll let the voice actor kind of inspire something, and then and you go like, oh, say that again, but maybe push that some more. That could be an expression or something like that.
Oh, I see.
And also, yeah, or yeah, the intention isn't quite there. Like, oh, this is a scene where there's a lot of wind and it's really loud, so you have to yell this out loud. I have to think about all that stuff ahead of time, because if they record it like they're whispering when the scene is a big, huge, storm or a battle or
you won't hear them over the sound effects.
We have to think about that ahead of time. Or if they are being quiet, we have to think about that as well.
Now, if you could choose to be a part of another film, series, or show, what would it be and why?
Well, I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I've been doing this pony show for about 7 years now. It would be nice to, at some point, try something different. I wouldn't mind doing something maybe a bit more mature. I really liked Mad Max Fury Road when that came out last year. That was one of my favorite movies of the year. And something dark, something big, and that would be really cool. Or going the other way, something really wacky, something really crazy and weird. That would be fun to do as well. I don't exactly have any particular property that I would want to jump on. I mean, I think My Little Pony proved to me that I think it doesn't really matter. You can make anything great. Not that, you couldn't make My Little Pony.
No, I understand.
Going into it, and that bias has changed. And I feel like it's really about having a love for it and putting great characters into a great world. And the sky's the limit.
Now, what led to the idea to do the shorts before the Equestria Girls movie?
Well, that came from Hasbro. They wanted to do more in shorts ahead of time. That was their idea. It was a fun idea. I like to do shorts as well. I've done lots of little short 7-minute cartoons in the past. They can tend to be a lot more broad and crazy and fun. I mean, they should be, because you've got a short amount of time.
Yeah.
So you want to have it really impactful, right?
Yeah.
So they can be really fun to do in a short cartoon. And they don't necessarily have to really adhere to any of the same sort of like rules or anything, because it could be really standalone, and you can go all over the place if you want. But yeah, we tried to push those as much as we could and just have fun with them.
All right, and last question. What can you tell us about your new work with the movie coming out in 2017?
What can I tell you? I don't know what I can tell you.
Like, I read online that there's mentions of sea ponies. Is there anything you can reveal about that?
Oh, I can't comment on any of the content of the film.
Well, is it exciting?
It is definitely going to be worthy of a movie. I can tell you that. I'm really excited about this thing. What we're putting together, I think it's gonna blow you away.
Whew. All right. Well, thank you for the interview, Mr. Thiessen. And this has been Sundancer with the Grand Brony Gala. Come meet Jayson along with Nicole Oliver, Peter New, and Kelly Sheridan at the Grand Brony Gala, August 12th through the 14th in Tampa, Florida. Visit our website for more details, grandbronygala.com, and I'll see you at the gala.